The Homage, quick and dirty characterization. This is Scaring with Sammy's character tips in 5 minutes. So when I talk about characterizations, I'm talking about the mannerisms and the way that a character will speak and the way that they'll move and the little quirks that they have, all of which are a lot of fun to come up with. And when I say quick and dirty, I really pretty much almost mean cheating. And it is kind of cheating because what we're doing is stealing from somebody else, putting our stamp on it and calling it our own. Or as we might say, it's an homage. This is not the standard way to create haunt characters. We're not creating it from the ground up. We're not doing all of there's so many different ways. This is, like I said, quick and dirty, pretty much cheating. So the idea is that we are going to go and take a look at some old-time character actors and something that's imitatable. And we're going to learn what they do and we're going to be able to imitate it, do kind of an impression of what they do. And then we're going to change it to a little bit and hopefully come up with something that is a little bit more unique and us. But we are starting with their characterizations as a base. So I would say, for a couple considerations, first, go back to older television shows and movies. We're like even the black and white eras and early colorizations. Because, for a couple of reasons. One of them is that, modern characters are going to be instantly recognizable. Oh, yeah, that's Austin Powers. That's Borat. That's the Terminator. And then once the audiences really know what you're doing, then nothing else that you do really matters. Because, that's the end of that. But even the more famous, actors from those bygone eras will not be as instantly recognizable, especially if we're going to be tweaking what they're doing. So we go back and we take a look at the black and white films and the television shows. Because at that time, the actors, especially the comedians, were a lot more stylized. They were a lot more. It was easier to do impressions of them because they wanted that was sort of like their trademarks. The things that they did, they were recognizable. So they wanted that. So it's a lot easier to make these impressions. So we go back and we take a look and we find a character actor or a comedian from way back when, and we start learning their mannerisms. And we can do an impression of this character. Then, next, we get rid of their catchphrases, if they had catchphrases, because those are the types of things that stand out, or just change their catchphrases enough. And then we add our own stamp to it. Basically, start thinking of adjectives for the character that you can do things. Let's sin a little bit more sinister. How can we push this character so that it's a little more discombobulated or a little bit more disturbed, a little bit more evil? Whatever it is, and we'll add adjectives onto it. We can add aspects of animals or elements, all the different things that we go over when we're practicing body movements and voices. So you can add all these things. And once you've started adding these things, those are the parts to lean into. If you lean into this little bit more sinister aspect of this character, this little bit more disturbed aspect of this character, you'll find yourself actually moving away a little bit from the character and creating something yourself. So even though you started off with a base of this impression of somebody else, stealing an homage to somebody else's work, you can start with that and make it and transform it into your own thing. So, quick and dirty characterization, the homage, Scaring with Sammy.